Let's get ready to look at something new. We're going to look at the number 1 and the number 2. 1 and 1 is 2. 1 to the left, 1 to the right, and what separates 1 and 1 is the center is 1. 1 and 1 and 1 will now equal 3. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2 equals 3. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 and 2 is 5. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 times 5 is 15. 15. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 is made up of 4 and 4. Why? Because there is nothing else other than 1 and 2. It's what comes out of 1 and 2. So here's the next level. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 and 6 is 15. 9 times 6 equals 54. This will represent the sun and the fox. This one will represent Aleph between A and E. Two levels. Okay. What is E? E is 360 degrees plus the center. If you want to look at it the Greek way, it becomes this. If you want to look at it the Greek way, it becomes this. This becomes your star and the Star of David at the same time. This is your Star of David, if that's the way you want to look at it. It's a star of balance. This is where the balance is, in between the mouth. We're going to continue on. 15 and 8 equals to 23 again. So we bring these two numbers to where the two numbers multiplied together will now equal 23. 5 times 5 equals to 25. 5 plus 5 equals to 10. 10 and 5 equals to 35, and we're back to 35 again, which creates 3 and 3, 6 and 9 rotation. Bring this to the 7 worlds. It's minus 2 and plus 1. Minus 2 and plus 1 equals to the 7th gate. Bring this to the 7th gate. 2 and 5 is 7. This totals 35. 3 and 5. How do we bring 3 and 5 to the 7th gate? 3 and 5, 4 and 2. What does 4 and 2 create? 4 times 2 is 8. 4 plus 2 is 6. Now we link both sides. 2 times 3 equals to 6. 2 plus 3 equals to 5. 5 and 6 to the 7th gate equals to 2 and 1. 2 and 1, back to the beginning. 1 times 5, 5 over here. 1 and 5, 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 will equal to 2 and 3. So 2 and 3 and 1 and 5 both equal to 5 and 6. What's missing is 5 and 4. How do we create 5 and 4? The only missing number, which is a partition between 2 here and here, and 2 here and here. It's a split between one side and the other side. 2 times 4.5 equals to 9. There's two ways to 9. It's 2 times 4.5 equals to 9. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals to 9. That is the sun. Equals to 9. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 is your rotation. 2 and 1, alpha, beta. The letter L, which is the eye in the sky, and the letter W, L and W, or K. The 11th letter and the 12th letter equals to number 23, kale. Vitamin K, the IT system. Where do we get the IT system in vitamin K? It's 5 times 4 is 20. 5 plus 4 is 9 equals to 29. 2 and 9 equals back to 11. This represents the sun and the foxhole, the passage. 29 plus 6 equals to 35, and we're back to the beginning. 4 and 5 will now equal to 35. 15 and 8 is inside the pool. It is the 8 ball and the 15 ball equaling to number 23, which will equal to number 11. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3. Creation is 30. 5 by 6, 5 by 6, 30 and 30 equals to 41. 1 and 5 and 2 and 3 equals to 41. 4 and 1 equals to 1010, which is the passage of 1010. The 1010 is all over. It is the star system, 7 and 3, 9 and 1, 4 and 6, 2 and 8. That is your 1010 system, crossing over 5 4 times, equaling to 20, plus 10, 10, 10, 10, equals to the total of 60. Now we're going to go back one more step. What is 6? 1 and 5. What is 8? 1 and 7. What is 5? 1 and 4. No. 9 times 6 equals 54. 9 plus 6 equals 15. 9 times 8 equals 72. 9 plus 8 equals 17. 6 times 8 equals 48. 6 plus 8 equals to 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 6 equals to 15. 17 equals to 8. 1 and 5 will now equal to 41. 41 and 6 is your rotation. 4 and 1, your DNA. Now, what is 6 and 8? When you put 6 and 8 together and you flip it upside down, 6 and 8 becomes 8 and 9. H and I. It is one letter. It is a system inside the letter. Here's the letter of H and I right over here inside the system. Here is your I, and here is your H inside the system. That is the box. What happens to my Z? My Z now becomes N. N is the 14th letter, which is A and D, 1 and 4. You see what 1 and 4, the N does? It connects all 4 blocks together. The same thing as the Z does. Connects the bottom left to the top right and the top left to the bottom right. This is the corner, 1 and 9, 3 and 7, creating the Aleph. N will now create the Aleph letter, and Z will now take A inside C and bring it over to I, artificial intelligence. 6 and 8, 2, 1 and 6 is 7, 1 minus 8. The 11 equals to 77, the doorway. The 11 equals to 1010, the passageway through 5. Minus 2, minus 1, plus 1, minus 1, 2 and 1, or 21. L, 21L, the 12th letter, 21U, the 12th letter is L. The 11th letter as 1 and 1, 1 minus 8, 1 plus 9 equals to 7 and 10. What is 7 and 10? 1 and 1 minus 1, 101. What happens is 5 and 2 is the representation of Earth, heart, and the number 6. SIX equals 52. EARTH, HEART equals to 52. 101 is minus 1 plus 1. Minus 1 plus 1. The 7th gate, the 7th and the 10th gate of the passage light. Why is this the light? When you add 1 to 10, it becomes artificial intelligence. 10 will now equal to 16. This will equal to 7. 98 equals to 23. And this equals to 77. The doorway, 9 and 8 work together with the same numbers. LUK. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, as 6 and 4, and 8 and 2. How do you get that way? The word 5 and 9 both bring you to these numbers over here, creating 10, 10. The only numbers that will create the 10, 10 in themselves, 4 times 2 is 8. 4 plus 2 is 6, equals 6 and 8, equals to the 10, 10. This will equal to Mars, the 4th planet, and Venus. When you bring 5 and 9 together, it says Pluto, number 84, represented inside the water world of Neptune, and Mars. When this is brought to Lo Shu, this says Earth, Earth, birth, Earth, birth, Earth, birth, Earth. And this will say the spirit is born in Earth, 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 because Earth goes into number 4. 3 goes into number 4, saying Earth, the gateway, the gateway, the gateway. Inside Mars, Venus, Venus, which is the 2nd planet, is now replaced by number 9, the birth and the birth. Number 8 is replaced by number 1. So 2 and 8, time heaven, the 28 days of the moon, 7 by 4, the gateway to the Stanley Cup is 4 winds. Okay, and you get this number over here. Here's your number 88. Here's your 9 and 6. 6 and 8 flips upside down, becomes 9 and 8, the same thing. So we're going to take it 89 and 68. 21 or reverse. I can reverse this any way, but I did it this way. It creates 12 and 8. What is 12 and 8? It's the 20th letter T. 20 becomes 26. T and Z. T and Z now become what is played in between. T and Z plays together. 20 and 26 equals to 46. We play 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, which is 115. When you add them up, when you add 1 to 15, it will equal to 120. 0 equals 6 is 126. 1, 2, and 6. 1 and 2 will now represent the mind and the birth of high, the high sky, the birth of I in the heavens. But the ciel, C-I-E-L, that I told you, number 39, birth in the heaven sky. That's what these numbers do. This is the O, this is the Q, this is the N. It says the con. Inside what tells you creation will also tell you what becomes of destruction. 135. This is 45 minutes or 3 hours. On a 24-hour clock, it's 3 hours. On a 12-hour clock, it's 90 minutes. It's 180 minutes or it's 90 minutes. If it's 180, it becomes 186. 186 becomes the mind. 8 and 6, the mind, the cat and the mind, the energy into the mind. This becomes 45 or 3 hours. This becomes 90. What is 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock? It is 1 and 2 is 3 and 3 is 3. At the same time, on a 24-hour clock, this becomes creation. 1 corner or 1 quarter. 1 corner or 1 quarter. There is one other thing I want to mention over here. It's this. May, the month of May in French is spelled M-A-I. It is the 5th month. When you put it together, it says corn, because this is the word for corn in English. At the same time, it says 1, 3, 1, 9, 5. 9 and 5 is part of the Isis system. What's been frozen in hell that we don't understand, it's part of Neptune. It's part of man's birth into the middle world. Now I have this written down somewhere else. 11, 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 will create your DC power. 9 times 5 equals to 45, which is your Fox, which is your IT world. 6 and 1 is 7. 6 and 4 is 10. 6 and 7 is 13. 6 is represented in the 3 worlds, the spirit, the gateway, and the outway. The D world, east-west, the outlet. 1, 4, 7, 1 month, 4 months, 7 months. The 8 is represented in -1 for 7, +2 for 10, and 5. 8 stands for the incoming memory, 5, 1, 2. The center of alpha beta, 5, 1, 2. The 9 is represented in -2 for the 9 to bring you into the 7th gate, +1 for the 10, and 4. 1, 2, 4 says the bad cat. So this is an energy of the bad cat coming out of 9. Well, I call it bad because that's what it says in letters. This becomes 1, 2, 5. This becomes 1, 2, 4. 5 and 4 is how the sun is created. And when the sun is created, whether it's the sun in the sky or S-O-N, it stands for S-U-N, but it stands for the universal sun between 2 worlds. Because one is an O for the totality, one is a U. Thinking that if this was a spot hole here and this is a spot hole here, it comes out of this hole and into this hole over here, and then somehow this reigns on both sides. The pitchfork, the statue of Neptune. The 2 sides bring in the sun, and you have the reflective sun right here. The energy goes in here, the split sun here, and the split sun here through the fork of Neptune. At the same time, you can look at it as the waterfall, and this waterfall that comes in over here, okay, will now spray onto 2 worlds, the same water. I'm just trying to figure out which way to look. This stands for 6, 8, and 5. 6, 8, and 5. The halfway point, because 5 is the halfway point. The halfway point of 8 is 4. The halfway point of 6 is 3. 3 and 4 is the halfway point, is the connection between the DC worlds. We have to understand what 2 and 5 is. Okay? 2 and 5, when you link them together, it becomes the TV set. And the eyes, the sad eyes, this is the mouth, and this is the eyes, the TV set. I'm not sure exactly what that means. The other thing to understand is these are our tails. Here's a tail, here's a tail. This, number 6, flipped upside down to where you can't see it, looking like a backwards A. This represents number 52, this number. This represents number 42. These 2 numbers together is 94 Uranus. Two of these together will represent Pluto. When you put 9 and 9 together, it represents Jupiter and Pluto. When you put 6 and 6 together, it represents the CB codes. 10-4, which represents the 164. Zion, Israel. The spirit within 4 is 0. The 0 of O. O means multiply by 1.5 or divide by 1.5. Everything is to do, everything that's in between is a 5. Everything to one side is a 6. Okay, that's the way it is because of the circle. 4 parts of a circle. To this side and to this side, or to the above and to below. Everything else is a corner. 4 parts of 4 parts. 4 corners or 4 on the inside. This is a value of 1, 1, 1, and 1. This is a value of 2, 2, 2, and 2. 2, 4, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be the purple ball. If this was the top shelf, if this was only the 0 on the top shelf of Rubik's Cube, this would value at 3, 6, 9, 12. And this would be 2, 4, 6, 8. 12 and 8 represents the transmission. The transmission between two. Why? Because Rubik's Cube, the colors and how the colors work in Rubik's Cube. Everything has a formation. This thing is perfect. You say it's perfect because it adds your numbers. It does what you need, but that's the way it was made. It was made to be perfect so you can use it because you need to round out everything to the reality. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. We forgot to talk about these, right? The bad cat. What 1 and 2 can do. 9, 8, and 7 is 0, 1, and 2. 0, 1, and 2 are 210. Add 1 to 20. It's 210. Once you get to 20, it's automatically 20 to 26, and we count 21 to 25. 21 is U, 25 is Y. It's Y-O-U. And on this keyboard, the bottom row, okay, has a total value. There's a value in each row. There's a number of keys in each row, and every row has designs within its own letter. I'm not going to go over that now because this is not a me thing. This is an us and all of us to understand and to find the reality that we understand and the reality that works in the creation that came upon us into the world we live. And this is where the new world, I believe, will be, inside understanding the totality and putting things back together. If we want to see where everything came from, this is the only way to go, is back to the beginning. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. And to just answer one question, why do I talk so quick, is that there's so much to say that I just need to get it through before everybody just closes the computers. And then the answer to my remark was, well, if you say it too fast, no one will understand you, so we won't even want to listen to you anymore. So we may as well just shut down now. So I completely understand that. So I don't like to say I'm doing, don't like to say I'm trying. Yes, I can say I'm doing. I'm going to, and I'm doing the best I think I could, and I'm going to always try to do better. Raphael, great never is the best. I try harder. Thank you.